I just had a really powerful conversation with a friend of mine who definitely had a father who had narcissistic personality disorder. So, narcissistic personality disorder is usually diagnosed by a professional practitioner, and it usually is diagnosed when you're meeting 5 out of the 9 pillars of narcissistic personality disorder traits. And if those 5 or more pillars are affecting your life in a negative way, or have significantly affected your life. We were just talking about, the feeling of coming out of a narcissistic abusive relationship, whether that's any type of relationship that's on a one-on-one daily basis. It was just so funny. I mean, the way I would describe it is, it was so funny because the story I had told a few friends about the feeling of coming out of it is exactly, almost identical to what she described tonight, and I was almost laughing and crying at the exact same time. But I explain it as like, imagine, the rubble all around you. You're just coming out of a huge, catastrophic, uh, rubble, apocalyptic event, a catastrophe, and you're coming out of the rubble, and you're just covered in ashes, and you're looking around to see where's everybody at? Is everybody dead? Am I alive? What happened? Where are we? And you're coming out from the rubble, and you're just like, you're kind of like bruised and disorientated, and your equilibrium's off, and you're looking around, and you're trying to grasp at whoever's there, and where is everybody? What happens now? And it's that type of feeling. It's like, what just happened? Where am I? Who's still alive? Am I alive? Is this heaven? What's going on? And that's how I would describe coming out of a relationship with a narcissist. They literally take everything out of you. They remove your own identity and replace it with like all this turmoil and confusion and astonishment and anger and frustration, and it's just like this twizzling catastrophe of events, and nothing is ever easy, nothing ever just flows, nothing is natural, everything is always so hyper stimulated and always a long drawn out event. And the whole house, the whole house becomes disheveled. That the house just isn't the same. Your own environment that you were used to it being a certain way before is now just like shaken. Your house is dirtier than ever. Your kids are angrier and more frustrated. But even the house dog is has anxiety now because a narcissist is there, and there's always movement, and there's always noise and banging and just shoveling around and footsteps just moping and just scattering around your house, and cupboards being opened and closed, and everything's just smellier, and everything just gets really neglected when you have a narcissist living in your home, because they take so much out of you, and so much energy, and so much time, and so much emotion, that she just becomes this shell. And all of these goals and aspirations and desires that you once had, you no longer have because they've stolen from you. So your whole surrounding just starts to kind of fall apart. You bathe less, or you stop brushing your hair up. Your hygiene goes down, you gain weight. I mean, it's every aspect is just altered in a negative way. Like, nothing becomes better when you have a narcissist in your life. And it's so funny because they love to micromanage, but they're so socially inadequate that they don't understand that this micromanaging and this control and manipulation pushes people away from them. So it seems to be very similar story for people who have households where they have the narcissist leader, or shall I say lack of leadership, running the home, and the chaos from the lies and the cheating and the abuse and the gaslighting is just, it just affects everything. It can go as far as affecting the paint on the walls, and I just don't know how one person can affect so much of their surroundings so easily. So I just wanted to touch on that and how that kind of looks or feels, or if anybody else had had the same type of experience in their own home with respect to a narcissist being a part of their household on a daily basis. I really think at this point, people who were in short-term relationships with someone with NPD or strong narcissistic traits, they should really count their blessings, because if that narcissist never became a part of your actual household or around your children, or you had children with them, you should feel really blessed, not to take away from the pain, but you are so lucky to have left before the healing would have really taken too long, or it becomes a really tedious task to heal from something like that. So thank you for listening. Went on a little bit of a rant, but I was kind of, reminiscing on some not so fond memories. Please feel free to leave a message below and let me know a little bit about your experience with the narcissist living in your home. Thank you.